May is Mental Health Awareness Month. When we see the term mental health, people tend to assume it means there is something wrong with a person. In reality, mental health is about a person's well-being. Getting treatment is not something a person should be ashamed of. Being healthy is important for all of us. There are more than 48 million individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing nationwide. You may assume that access to quality healthcare for deaf and hard of hearing people would be the same for those who are hearing, but unfortunately that isn't the reality. Deaf and hard of hearing people face barriers when getting treatment on a daily basis. We reached out to Dylan Secord, who is a social worker, to discuss some of the barriers faced by the deaf community.
First of all, it's imperative to be aware that the access, resources, and services throughout the country for the deaf community are very sparse. Secondly, often a hearing therapist will be placed with deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing individuals. These therapists may not have the knowledge or a full understanding of the deaf community, their culture, language, and their history, so communication may be a struggle. The third barrier is interpreters being assigned to therapy sessions. This can result in some awkwardness due to having a third person there to communicate between client and therapist. It is also possible that the interpreter may not be the most qualified. The fourth barrier is language deprivation. Some deaf individuals lack an exposure to language growing up. There is no language foundation and they struggle with communication. It can be very difficult to be able to express or understand their emotions and feelings. The fifth barrier is that research shows statistics of abuse in the deaf community. There are extremely high percentages of this happening, including autism. It is oppression. For example, suppose I feel depressed and need to seek help. I call a counselor and let them know I'm deaf and I need to set up an appointment. Then I ask if they can book an interpreter for me. They will respond saying they won't provide an interpreter, but a family member can be brought in to interpret. This can cause a client to lose motivation to seek treatment for themselves, which leads to declining health. Those are the barriers that many face when getting treatment.
Evidence shows that those who are deaf or hard of hearing are more likely to experience depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and social isolation. It is estimated that over 5 million deaf and hard of hearing individuals need treatment each year, but only 2% get appropriate treatment. If you notice that yourself or someone else is experiencing a tough time and needs support, don't be afraid to reach out for help. There is a national crisis text line available for the deaf community. You can simply use your phone and text the number 241-241. Remember to take care of yourself, and please remember that there is always help available for you.